Okay. Wow.
And if it's too quiet, go ahead and turn that knob up.
Well, yeah. All right. Okay, I got it. I mean, thanks for the.
You quite literally just said you wanted more
Thanks
volume.
for the lesson. Thanks for the lesson, because I don't like that thing. I don't like the box. Every time I touch a button in the box, I touch the wrong one, and then I get scolded.
Everything from here up, don't touch.
Yeah.
And just touch that.
You gotta know how to touch the box.
Oh wow. You know what? I don't know why everything sounds dirty all the time, but it can. It can just be so dirty.
Filthy pervert.
It does.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm friends with filthy perverts. Oh, so Patrick, how are you doing?
Birds of a feather.
Well, I am just fine. I'm down in Biloxi, Mississippi, looking at the Gulf of Mexico right now.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well get started.
I gotta see if this works. I gotta see if this works.
Okay. What's going on? What are we listening to?
Talking about winners, we the champions. Podcast bringing the heat. It's our anthem. We got the rhythm.
That's the one. Nope.
It sounds like we have new theme music. Do we have new theme music? What's going on?
Yeah, that's not the one.
Jamming.
No, that's you didn't tell me we had new theme music.
Oh my God, I fucking sent it to you.
You did?
And we had an entire conversation about it.
Was it embedded in those 56 text messages about AI that I didn't read?
You know, I can't make up for your shortcomings. God knows I've been trying.
There was a lot of AI text messages.
So here, man.
Oh, the dogs like it. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Dogs are like singing along.
We let it all out. Scott and Nancy, we're just running our mouths. TV, movies, culture, and more. But if you're seeking validation, walk out that door. Timmy, oh Timmy, with your participation ribbon.
I'll send it to.
Oh yeah.
It's a cultural collision. We dive deep, way too deep into the fray. And sometimes we laugh, sometimes we say, hey, we're the knuckleheads living rent free.
Because you got mad at me because it said knuckleheads in there.
No, I didn't get mad at you. I don't even remember having a conversation about this.
Why does that say knuckleheads?
I think no.
Did somebody record that for you?
Yeah, what's going on? Is that a bot?
That is 100% AI created.
Oh, for scary.
Oh my God.
100%
Wow.
AI.
So we're not going to get sued. That's what I'm saying in my brain.
All I did was I took the description off our podcast.
Yeah.
And that's where the knuckleheads comes through, because like at the end of the description it says, if you can't stand it, then you know why you're letting a couple knuckleheads live in your head rent free. So I put in the description.
Uh-huh.
And I see it. I need a theme song for a podcast, make it kind of groovy, little funky, kind of wada. It writes the words, it writes the music, it puts the voice in, and boom,
You can
there it is.
literally make your own soundtrack. I'm a little terrified.
Well, wow. So I had first of all, I remember now that it was written, but I do not remember anything about it being like, actually something singing it. I don't know what to say.
That's because you never fucking listened to it, is what you did.
I had a lot. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and read apparently 56 texts about AI. I wasn't grooving with that very much.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like the first verse, welcome to the show where we let it all hang out. Scott and Nancy were just running our mouths.
It freaking worked. I was like, wow.
That's
what local dive club did you go to pay somebody to sing that?
Right. I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like. Yeah.
Well,
it's just another large language model that does music.
Yeah, I can tell you. I can tell you right now that.
And it actually just does the music. A ChatGPT gave me the song, so I said, "Here's the description of the podcast," and I said, "I need lyrics for a theme song for the podcast." So ChatGPT gave me the lyrics. Then I went over to this other one that does music creation. I said, hey, here's lyrics for a song. I need it to be kind of a funky little kind of groove, blah blah blah. And then
So it wrote music for you?
It writes the music, it puts the voice in, it does, and then you can respin it too if you don't like it. You can keep hitting the button to get different versions of it.
You're
Wow.
kind of exactly why the writers went on strike.
Great.
Yes, Scott embraces all this. He doesn't really seem to care that I don't. Let's talk about that. We
Because,
need to address that now.
Well, because why do I need to
you've
address
had
it? Do you realize
AI
it
write
saves
a jingle for us?
The AI wrote a jingle for us. Fucking awesome.
Saves you a lot of money, and it's
And,
pretty awesome song.
and at work, it
actually
saves
works.
me a lot of time too. You know, when I have, some freaking document that's 15 pages long and I need to summarize it, and I can load it up in Adobe Acrobat now because Acrobat's got AI built into it, and it pops right up and says, "Would you like me to summarize this document for you?" And I type in there, "Fuck yes, please."
Wow.
Yeah. Well, good thing you're not a student because I wouldn't allow that.
How would you know?
I can
We-
tell
you-
when
you
I can
actually-
tell when AI is
You
writing something.
don't even. Oh bullshit! You can.
Oh yeah, I can.
you
Yes,
didn't.
I can
No.
because they use a lot of big words, and my
No.
student. Listen, let me
No,
tell
no,
you.
no,
let me
no,
tell
no,
you
no, no.
How
Oh,
my
yeah, listen,
students
here's what I would
spelled
say.
dread the other day.
Here's where I would acquiesce to you. If you had a student that was, like midway through the term, and then all of a sudden started doing it, then yes, you would probably be able to tell because it would change.
You could pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
Their style would change, the way they would use words would change. But if from day one they were doing it, then you'd never know.
Right, because the other day
never
a
figure it
student
out.
wrote the word dread as DREDD, and I immediately said, Judge Dredd? Are they talking about Judge Dredd? And then I'm like, oh no, it's just a sad spelling of DREAD.
It's just a sad spelling.
So,
Yeah,
well,
like our
sometimes
little-
they get the spelling a little off.
no,
Yeah,
Our
sometimes.
program allowed it
sometimes.
completely. That master's I just finished, they were fine with it as long as you said up front, I did all the research and I had them help me write it.
Well, I tell you what,
I keep saying them.
I'm not buying it. I don't like it.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so I've already used it a couple times, like with emails, where I've had a difficult. In my mind, I'm like, all right, I got to send this email to this person about this, and I got to come down hard on some shit that they're doing, but I don't want to sound like a dick. And
God
you just,
damn,
and
that
you
is
just-
a
and-
good thought.
Yeah, and you just go, you tell ChatGPT, I need to send an email to an individual who's been doing this, that, and the other, and they shouldn't be doing it. I need to stop it. I need to be stern, but I don't want to sound mean. Help me
Yeah.
out. And then, boom, you get an email with a couple paragraphs that is just, you're like, hello, thank you. And you
I
copy
am
and
doing
paste
that in
it.
my next disciplinary
yeah.
interaction.
I apparently have no problem with
I,
that. Boy, our code
Is
for
that
when
some
we
safe phrases?
when we need to stop and then continue on later, like say we have to take a bathroom break, we say hot banana.
Because I use AI to edit the podcast now, too. Because it's
okay.
because it's built into Adobe Premiere, and so as soon as I load the audio tracks, it creates the full transcript of all the microphones. So like with this one, it'll do the three audio files with three different transcripts for three different speakers, and then once that's done, then all I have to do is just read through the transcript until something looks weird. If we don't want that, I delete the words out of the transcript, and it edits the audio files.
I am going to sound really smart tonight.
Yeah, you always sound smart.
No, but I
Patrick.
mean, but then see, you're not, zooming in 100 times on a waveform
Right.
to try to get that right
Right.
little split there. All this, if you
figures it out.
delete the paragraph or you delete the sentence or the word, it deletes it. So what? And then it'll go through and it'll delete. I have it where it deletes any dead air of 2 seconds or more, and it automatically goes through and deletes ums and ahs. Or I tell it to.
Yeah.
And then, so I just read through the transcript and it's like, oh, no, we don't want that. So hot banana, so I can search the transcripts. So if there's something we really want to get rid of, hot banana. So I just search for that and wherever hot banana's around, I go, oh yeah, that was this. And I can just delete it and boom, gone. I mean, it's a fourth of the time to edit a podcast than when you just used to have to sit there and listen to it and go through it, every freaking minute.
You see, in that regards, AI is actually seriously beneficial to a lot of content creators.
Huge. Think of especially, you're right. Think of these people on YouTube or whatever that do their stuff, the amount of time that they spend editing. And when they do multicam editing and all of that kind of stuff, holy Hannah. I mean, it's huge.
and not all of them are like professional influencers getting paid serious money to do this sort of stuff.
Well, look at me.
They're not all you guys.
I'm a professional influencer being paid nothing.
Oh,
So-
well.
Which
Well-
some would say is probably too much.
I would like to say on that note, let's begin.
Yeah, here we go.
So,
Let's begin.
welcome all to the Trophies Are for Winners podcast. I would like to introduce Patrick, our guest this evening. And
Good evening. Greetings, everyone.
Scott, would you like to introduce yourself?
I want to.
Well, I thought...
Okay, I'll put it at the beginning, and then we can just go, oh, wow, that was kind of snazzy.
Wasn't that snazzy? So in
So
addition
that
to
was-
like
so that
sixth
was-
ending, we're going to have third beginning now.
No, we'll just have a cool beginning. So that was...
For some reason, I feel like I'm in the
was
Shire. But there's no breakfast involved
You
ever.
know, just because you don't want to put any work towards this endeavor, don't try to make me look
I have
bad.
plenty of work here.
Because
As if sitting in there isn't work.
I labored hard on putting together a theme song for us.
Well, okay, then it's time to introduce our listeners to the fact that we have a jingle now. We have...
Oh, we do not have a fucking jingle. We are not selling
That's not a
Pop-Tarts.
jingle.
We are not selling Pop-Tarts.
Not a jingle.
It's not a jingle? Well, what do you want to call
It's
it?
our theme song.
An orchestral maneuver in the dark?
Let me tell you. My orchestral maneuvers in the dark are very different.
I don't know what we got, folks,
It's
but
a theme song.
we got some music, and
We got some music.
it's
I got the music
not what
in
you're
me.
used to. So if you like started listening to our podcast and you're like, oh, I got the wrong podcast, yeah, you're right. It's
No, I'll still have the intro. We'll still have the intro music. That we have intro music. That's that's what we call bumper music and all that kind of stuff. This is our theme.
okay. Well,
We're highbrow.
I'm just gonna roll with
people.
it.
Remember, we have people in Berlin listening.
Yeah,
to us
that's
now.
right. We've got
You got followers to take care of
Fucking
now.
Berlin.
we got
You're right.
Berlin. Yeah.
We have to say thank you to our
yeah.
listeners.
Well, of course, we always say thank you to our listeners.
So, and you were about to say who this guy on the telephone is.
I did. I introduced him, and then you totally trampled all over my
I
introduction.
did. So, you want to try it again?
Well, I would like to introduce Patrick. We're having Patrick back, our guest speaker tonight. You remember Patrick from our Dark Sky Initiative podcast we had a while back. So exciting, Patrick. I want to first address
Exciting
the fact.
Patrick? Is that your new name?
No, it's exciting.
Patrick?
It's exciting.
Well, hello,
Yeah,
exciting Patrick.
I can be exciting, yes.
Yes.
Back to those orchestral maneuvers in the dark.
So we had, oh dear, we had Patrick. I wanted to talk to you about your journey to see the totality.
Is this recording?
Good God, I hope so.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
All right, good. Now we got that out of the
We
way.
just
do
like
this
this- I just like
every
Touching the wrong
time.
knobs
I
again.
just like to scare the
Yeah.
shit out of Nancy.
Yeah. So
Totality, huh?
totality. Yes, you traveled to Dallas to see the totality. Tell us about the trip.
Yes, we did. It was April 8th. As you may have heard, there was a total solar eclipse, the second one in North America since 2017. And we made the road trip from up in the Great Northern Lands down to the Dallas area. Met up with the older kid, drug my spouse and younger kid along for the ride. One of them was enthusiastic. The other two, before we got there, were like, we've seen solar eclipses. But by the end of it, they were like, oh, we've never seen a total solar eclipse. Yeah, it was a long week, but it was incredible to behold. And I'm very glad we did it. If you ever get a chance, anyone listening, to see a total solar eclipse, take it. Unfortunately, the next one in the U.S. isn't for 20 years.
But we can travel to other countries and see them if you really want to go and
I'll
see
fire
it.
up the fucking jet.
Well,
Hey,
okay.
2026, if you need a European vacation, sort of North Atlantic vacation, Greenland, Iceland, and Spain.
Well, those all sound all like good reasons to go
Oh, yes.
somewhere.
I saw it when I was a little kid, when I was in 6th grade.
And so, I know you had this amazing experience. So listen to what happened to me. So
Oh God, you didn't get your French fries again, did you?
And
they gave you too big of a drink.
We had most of the day was cloud cover, and I had purchased the solar glasses from Gateway to Science, and So, I had them and I kept going out about every half hour to see if the sun had cleared. And right at the very end, right at the very, very end, the sun finally came out. I put those glasses on and I stared at it for a little bit. And then, went on about my day. The very next day, I'm like standing in a store and I can barely handle it. Like I have this light sensitivity and I'm like, oh my God, I got that pair of glasses that they recalled. Because you heard about that, right? They recalled.
No. Yeah.
They recalled a bunch of glasses, and people didn't find out until after.
Yeah, until after it was done.
So I'm like, oh
Yeah,
man.
you got to make sure.
So I'm like, oh man, I did something, something bad happened. And so then things started getting even weirder. I had a metallic taste in my mouth and I was
That's
acting.
not from an eclipse.
I was acting real
Correct.
weird.
It was something else.
He's going to ruin my thunder. Don't.
I just said it was something else. That's all
So
I
the
said.
next day in a Zoom meeting, my face totally goes down for the count. And my coworker's like, I think you're having a stroke. And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
goodness.
But I'll go to the doctor. And I was afflicted with Bell's palsy. And that was basically 2 days after the eclipse that I got this diagnosis. So I'm sitting, in the doctor's office at the walk-in clinic. And I've never seen him hustle so fast in a walk-in clinic. I think they wanted to evaluate me fast because they thought I might have had a stroke.
Stroke issues.
And the doctor's like, you have literally every symptom of Bell's palsy. And he's rattling them off. And, your face changes and you have this light and hearing sensitivity and different changes in taste. And I said, hey, those are all the signs and symptoms of lycanthropy. Did you know that? And the doctor looked at me, lycanthropy, becoming a werewolf.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And the doctor says, well, I'm making a joke here. And the doctor says,
No, you're not.
would you like me to call psychiatry and order a consult?
Well, there was just a total solar eclipse, Doc.
Well, that's what I
and
said to
maybe
him.
the Wolfie came out.
I said to him, listen, dude, there was a solar eclipse 2 days ago, and now I have all these signs and symptoms of becoming a werewolf, and you need to watch more werewolf movies, sir. And he's like, he's not laughing. And I'm like, I'm joking.
He's pressing the little button under his counter.
I say, listen, I'm joking. I'm just trying to deal with this in a funny manner. And he's like, okay. I'm like, can we have a sense of humor about this? And I'm pleased to say I'm relatively recovered from that now, but it was totally like the day after the eclipse. And I'm like, this did something to me, which is not scientific at all. It's not scientific reasoning on my part. It's a virus. So it's like, whatever.
Well, for a long time, a lot of people thought a lot of crap would develop because of stuff like this. You see the sun disappear, and that was harbingers of doom.
Right. And we still have people.
And they're all still wearing little red baseball caps.
We still, I think, had people thinking it was going to be the rapture. We had rapture. Rapture. I saw signs repent on the street.
Yep.
Well,
pretty sure there's some rapture theorists in Texas.
Yeah. I imagine you encountered a few of them.
Yep.
So, I mean, we might as well segue from one weird topic to another. So we have one of our segments on our show is the pop topic, the pop culture topic. And
pop culture.
This week. Oh, well,
sorry.
This week, are we queuing something up, Scott?
No, not really.
Okay. So I just want to, everyone, we knew we were going to talk about this. Robert F. Kennedy running for president.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I hit the wrong button.
Okay. Do you want me to stop talking about Robert F. Kennedy?
Oh, please.
Oh, God. Well.
That might be a guy that did go look at a total solar eclipse without the glasses at some point.
Right. So we find out RFK, dead worm in his brain since it happened in 2012. But I was like, oh, this is rough. How does that happen, right? So I did a little bit of listening about it and found out that this can happen to anyone, which is really scary. If you eat raw pork or undercooked pork, you can get trichinosis, which is a parasite. And I just kind of thought about that. I'm like, all I could think of was, and this popped into my brain right away. I'm like, thank goodness my mother's pork chops were so dry. They were so
Overdone
overcooked.
means dead worms.
And I
You
remember
can also pick stuff like that up in like nasty water lakes and polluted streams and stuff like that is out there.
sandboxes, I think, too. It might not be the same thing, but little kids can get worms in their eyes from
Little mini
sandboxes.
sandworms.
I'm just a little bit skeptical.
You're skeptical of RFK's brain worm?
Yeah.
You don't think you believe him?
Well, I mean, I don't believe him, but I mean, I know it happened. But I still don't know how it got there because I don't get how it can swim up your pee stream and get into your brain.
It gets into your bloodstream, not your pee stream.
There's a little fish that does that,
Well,
though.
yeah, there's a little fish that does
Ooh,
that.
what the hell is that? What are you talking
It's
about?
a little pea stream fish.
What?
Gets
a
up
pea
and
stream fish?
Gets up and gets inside you.
Yeah.
And does some
Where does
serious
that
real
come
fucking
thing.
from?
damage.
Like if you're swimming,
They're-
it gets up there in the urethra?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't come from fucking working at Burger King. I mean, you got to be around some water.
Yeah, there's ones that'll go up your anus as well.
Oh, jeez.
There's ones you can drink. There's ones that'll go, I mean, eyes, pretty much everything.
So the chances right now of us having something parasitic living in us is probably pretty. It's possible.
Depends on where you want to go with the phrase parasite.
That's
A
really
worm
interesting.
Like this, not that high.
I googled pea stream fish, and it came up with an ad for Paradiso.
No.
Something I'm never googling.
What?
I don't know. I saw
What?
that. This looks like a burrito over there, so I figured it was Paradiso.
Pea stream fish. I mean,
There it is, right
come
there.
on.
Urethra invading
Oh,
Kandiri fish.
wow. I'm pretty sure
Big.
that sounds
I
like.
did a little reading on RFK, and the news of it when it was revealed, that was back in 2012. It came out in a deposition for his divorce back then.
Oh,
So,
is
I
that
don't
how
know
it first came out?
That's how it first came out. They had a brain scan done in 2010 because he thought he might have a tumor because he was having like memory loss and mental fog, and
yep,
that was way before COVID. And so yeah, the brain scan showed a cyst, and the doc said it contained remains of a parasite. And it came out in court or in deposition for 2012 divorce proceedings. So maybe somebody was either using it to explain his issues or.
Well, yeah, he does have issues. He has a lot of medical health problems right now. I mean,
Yes.
the brain worm might be gone, but he's got some stuff going on.
Well, yeah, but it's his for his speech. His cousin, I think, is the same way. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
But he's had that for a long time. You know, he used to be sane, so maybe the worm kept him sane when it was alive. Because it's my understanding what causes the issue is when the worm dies. Because up until that point, it's encapsulated, and when the worm dies, then things start to break down, and that's when it causes problems in the head.
decomposes,
Right?
And yeah.
Because he used to have
You
a
don't want
show.
anything decomposing in your brain.
No, generally not. I mean, I can't speak for myself, but he used to have a show on Air America on satellite radio years ago,
yeah.
and I used to listen to him, and I'm like, who's this fucker that keeps, you know? I always, it sounded like he was always out on a boat, you know, trying to talk to you because his voice was always. And then I looked him up, and I'm like, oh, hello, he's got a condition.
Yeah.
So, but his radio show. He seemed very normal. I mean, he wasn't a conspiracy theorist. He was just his last name was Kennedy, and he was a left-wing radio guy on Air America doing a show.
Until
And
the
he
brain
did-
worm
did he-
arrived and
yeah.
changed him.
I think the brain worm is what made him nuts, or the lack of it.
I mean,
rather,
let's
The
face
because-
it.
death of the brain worm.
There has
Lack of a
never
brain worm.
been a single science fiction show where anything invading your body has been helpful to you. You sort of just become like a meat puppet for whatever's living in you and giving you the messages.
True.
I mean,
oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Star Trek. You got the trills.
Yeah, we got the trills, but they
But
kind of control you
said-
too. They
well,
control you.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
But you said invade.
Uh-huh.
You said invade.
I said invade.
Invade, yeah.
and they don't
invade,
invade. It's
Right.
because they go to like school to do it.
Well, let's think about
They have,
Wrath
to
of
get
Khan.
they have to get a certificate.
Oh yeah.
Without
I
a
can-
Albacete eels.
Yeah.
I can house a slug, so I passed. And you,
Well, I mean, Men in Black too. Isn't that kind of a Men in Black staple? Yeah.
I don't know. I always just thought snotty goo was a Men in Black staple.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
the number of beneficial, invasive, symbiotic parasites is definitely lower than the harmful ones.
yeah. I don't
Probably
think
count them on one hand.
I don't think. Yeah. Well, anyway, I guess what do you think his chances are of winning, Robert F. Kennedy?
0 of winning.
Say about as good as
of
mine.
Impacting the election, not significant either. I don't think.
Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't screw anything up for anyone.
The thing that's kind of funny is in some of the polls don't mean shit. I know that, but when they still conduct them, you like to kind of pay attention to just see what's going on. What's interesting is that in most of the polls that have been thrown out there, when they add him to the mix, he actually seems to take percentage points away from Trump instead of Biden. Mm-hmm. Historically, that third candidate has taken percentage points away from the Democrat, not the Republican.
True.
Yeah, it has.
All the way
It
back
has.
to what's his name from Texas? The little dude that sold Doritos. What the fuck was his name?
Ross Perot.
Ross
Yeah,
Perot.
Ross Perot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea where the Doritos
He
came
was
from, but
tiny
he looks like
and
he would sell
had
Doritos.
big ears.
And a big nose.
Wasn't he an economist, Ross Perot? He was like an economist.
Well,
He was a business guy. He owned some.
he was a
owned
business guy.
Huge, like multinational, multi-conglomerate kind of business. I think
yeah, he had his hands in energy and stuff like that. So
he was like, what's his name down in? Who's the guy in Wyoming? He stays in Wyoming, but he's like the richest guy in the country. The big trader, and the trader is in stock trade.
Warren,
Warren.
Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett? No,
Not Buffett.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. Yeah.
Sorry, it's the brain worm.
Same kind
It's
of
the
thing.
brain worm.
A guy who his entire business is owning other businesses.
Sure.
Kind of thing. And I believe that's what Ross Perot was.
Okay.
Or not. I believe that's what he was. I believe that was the same kind of
Yep.
made a business out of buying businesses.
Well-
if you look at RFK, the thing is, yeah, he's got the name Kennedy, but his family's pretty much politically disavowed him.
His
That was
family,
nuts.
his
South
family
is on
came
that
out and said, "Don't
conspiracy
run, don't." They're like, "Stop, RFK, stop."
And your whole family shows up on the fucking White House steps. I was like, this guy, brainworm or not, this guy's fucking nuts, man. You do not want him in your...
Well, think about it. When you're a legacy family like that, and the black sheep is like, "I'm gonna run,"
Yeah.
He's not black, Nancy.
the black sheep is a metaphor. I didn't call him the rainbow sheep.
See,
He's the
you
black
just-
sheep.
You've been dying to bring Black Nancy out again, haven't you?
No, I know Black Nancy is not
Black
coming out
Nancy?
tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Black
I've heard that
Nancy's
podcast's
coming
not up
out.
yet. It'll be up shortly.
Okay, it's fine.
It'll be up shortly.
Well, let's stop talking about that dead worm in his brain guy.
You're the one that brought it up.
I know. So,
Could you imagine
You need
though,
to watch
somebody
the
going?
SNL bit on it before we transition. You
Oh
need
my
to
God.
watch
Oh,
the
there's an SNL bit
That
on
is
it?
one of the
It was
funniest
I haven't
SNL
seen
bits
it.
I've seen in
Hilarious.
years.
So fucking
Oh.
funny.
He was roasting Colin during it. It was so good.
I was that just this past Saturday.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
recorded
yeah.
that. Oh, here it is.
Here to comment is RFK Jr.'s brainworm.
Oh no.
And look at her cup is like
so glad I'm here.
No, you are horrible to look at.
Oh, come on, Colin, give me a kiss.
I'm not going to kiss you, brainworm. Okay, it looks like you're now a huge fan of RFK Jr.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Look at this guy. What worm wouldn't love this? He looks like a pack of chicken thighs left out in the sun. And then check out his face. He looks like someone left Bruce Springsteen in the microwave too long.
Oh, wow.
Red,
that's-
he looks like you when you're screaming at those college protesters, Kyle.
That was the best.
Oh,
It looks like a
wow.
pack of chicken.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny.
Right.
Yeah, it was just this last weekend.
Okay, I recorded it, so I'll watch it.
And she's got that stupid cup with like it looks like intestines on it or something, but I think it's worms.
I know.
So
Yep.
they have sound effects when she's like sipping on the cup, and so she keeps fucking with the sound effects guys, trying to wiggle the cup back and forth. And ultimately, she gets like a big long straw. Like I'm trying to think of what movie it was from, where they like stuck straws in their brains and they were like sucking out.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of what that was.
Oh, that sounds nasty.
Yeah, so she gets this big long straw and sticks it in the side of his head and starts like sucking it out.
Oh.
And she's like, I can't remember what it was that she was trying to get rid of there.
Well, yeah. So, well, I'm glad they have some food for fodder there at SNL, and everything's.
Food for
I mean,
fodder.
they don't really have to write much. Things just write itself these days, right?
It's a presidential election year. They
Yeah.
will have good
Yeah.
times for a few months.
Just
All you
nuts.
gotta do is pay attention and take notes.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Watch the news. There you go.
Where are we at on your list there, Nancy girl?
Well, I think we better start with the main event, which is talking about Discovery Season 5.
Oh, and I thought it was my bowel movement.
Oh, did you have a good one today?
I did.
It's good.
The dogs
Prunes are kicking in.
The dogs applauded. They're like, way to go, Dad.
Well, I will say most problems can be cured with a good bowel movement. So let's jump into Discovery. So I mean, Scott is head over heels in love with Discovery. Patrick, where are you on it this season?
This season, I think it's phenomenal. They've had some good points throughout the entire show. And I said it before, jumping forward 900 plus years, saved it, I think. Especially from a lot of the fans' wrath the first couple of years. But this season is definitely peaking. And a big part of that is the storyline. I mean, connecting it back to the next gen era.
Oh my God.
Right on the heels of season 3 of Picard. It's genius for the writers. It's great for the show. And the crew, though, the actors of the Discovery, they're holding their own on their own ship, though. They're not definitively tying it to next gen. It's still their show. But you have this mystery that they've got to solve, and it all ties back to that. So it gives you, if you grew up, so to speak, and I was already old, but if you grew up in the next gen era, then it just makes it all the more exciting to watch.
I about wet my pants.
Really?
That the first episode when we figured out what they were tying this to.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, because the chase was one of my absolute favorite next gen episodes.
Yes.
And I was like,
Yes.
wow, and I was like, wow, talk about a deep dive. That wasn't even the kiddie pool shallow end yet compared to some of the deep dives they've done this season.
was a
Episode
lot
after
of
episode,
action.
they are digging into shows every episode. They're digging into something into a show that you would just obscure stuff that they're pulling out, which is freaking awesome.
There was a lot of action in the first episode. That episode was really, really heads and tails above any of the other episodes in the other seasons.
Well, up to that point, it was the first episode. It was outstanding.
Yeah.
And it was really. I just watched the thing with Will Wheaton, the little what the hell do they call it?
I don't know. I don't like
The
Will
little-
Wheaton.
I know you don't. Just get over it. You just put it back in your pants. But the show that he does afterwards, when they have the actual actors
Yes,
on
I
talking,
know.
and
I've
you get
watched
to find
that.
the behind the scenes, and you get the little clip and everything.
Is it
And-
called
and-
Will?
What is it?
No, it's not.
Is it
Will.
called
No,
Ensign?
No, I think it's After Trek or something like that. But
No, it's God dang it.
I think
It
Trek.
wasn't
Ready Room.
on the
The Ready
agenda.
Room.
The
Oh,
Ready
yeah, the
Room.
Ready
Yeah,
Room.
the Ready Room.
It's
Yeah.
the Ready Room. Yeah.
So the last Ready Room that they just had actually had the two actors that do portray Maul and Locke. But one of the things they talked about was how this is they said this is one of their most props heavy series or seasons that they've ever done. And they went through and actually showed some of the how they fabricated some of the props, like the Romulan puzzle box thing to open up and all that kind
I
of
got
stuff.
some comments on those props.
No, but I mean, but it was an actual. Then they went back and showed the guy. And they built an actual puzzle box, a functioning puzzle box that when the guy was showing it how they
that was
open,
cool. I like that. It was a little Hellraiser-esque. I was like, ooh, are we gonna unleash the hounds of hell?
Yeah. So it wasn't until then all the correct pieces and everything were in place that then CGI took over to do the opening. Where it kind of opened.
Yeah.
And then it stopped again after it was opened, and then it was a physical puzzle box again.
That was definitely cool. It was definitely cool. I liked what they did.
It's crazy that stepping up and doing physical material props and physical material scenes is like kind of high tech in a way now. And even though it's retro as hell, but it makes a show if you do it right.
It really can.
I liked the introduction of Captain Raynar, the actor from Battlestar Galactica.
He was awesome in Battlestar
First of
Galactica.
all, I thought he was sexy, and
You gotta put it back in your
enjoyed
pants.
him in Battlestar Galactica. His name
Really?
is.
All right, so before we were so unwittingly cut short because Nancy didn't see the red light go off. The point we were making was how many deep dives were made already just in season 1. Back to the chase, which was the next gen episode, which was an amazing episode. This whole thing is based off the chase. And then what is it? Kovich calls him. I forget, Nancy. Your word.
Kovich calls him what?
The thing where I said they don't actually have a name. The people who built this thing don't actually have a name.
Progenitors.
Progenitors. Thank you. I forgot what it was.
Well,
that's Kovich's name. For him.
I did not know that. I thought that was what they were called.
No, they don't. He says He said we call them the progenitors.
Okay.
They don't have a name.
Okay. Well, what did they call him? What did Picard call him?
They didn't.
They didn't.
Yeah, you're right.
It was just that we are we are the ones that seeded, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they didn't do any names. So that, like I said, I about peed my pants when that happened. And then we've got the not only back to, what else did we find out in that first episode that we were doing?
Well, we talked about Maul and Locke and Breens and
a couple of fringe species from the original show.
Right. We didn't know about the Breen until a couple episodes later. Right. Yeah. Was it just the chase? Was that the only from the first episode? Was that the only? That might have been the only thing that we knew about.
I think so. I think we should probably segue in.
It was the second episode where we had Saru more ambassador scenes. That's when we saw the characters.
Yes, good segue, Patrick.
Right.
Let's start talking about episode 2, which is called Under the Twin Moons.
And we haven't seen him since.
Well,
I read something about that because people were commenting.
He's probably busy. My guess is he's busy.
Well, they filmed a lot of these episodes years ago now, and he was apparently supposedly. This is what he claims. He was doing publicity for Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh.
So, yeah, I know. Oh, that's what I said. I'm like, really?
Doug
This was
so you took a few episodes off, and what ended up being the final season.
This was filmed before Hocus Pocus 2.
Or around the same time.
Holy
Hocus Pocus came
snacks.
out.
Because that came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, that came out in 22 when they were doing publicity for it. Must have been when they were filming some of these episodes. And that's in an interview he said that is why he's missed several of these episodes because he was out working. And of course, at that time they probably didn't know this was going to be the final year.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Yeah. So,
but that's the same thing with Awoshikin and what's her name too. Same thing. They said they were out doing other projects. And that's why suddenly they have these other, two on the bridge.
The bridge crew that's not even there.
Yes.
Who are these people?
That's one of my issues. I'm going to get to that a little bit later. I've got some discussion threads on that.
Well, and I have something that'll tie into that.
Oh, nice. Are you ready for... Well, let's not do it now, though. Okay.
So,
So I just want to in this particular episode, speaking of solar eclipses, they have a double solar eclipse on this planet every 7 years.
Yep.
It's a burial ground planet, and they refer to it as chameleon. Does that ring a bell for you? For any other any previous episodes with aliens, chameleon?
Well, it's not the commander. That's what are they again? They're the Kellerans, so it's not them. And that was another the DS9 callback.
Well, this is the planet.
That was a
Right.
different species.
Yeah.
Following.
Yeah.
I'm reading the.
Yeah, it doesn't trigger anything in me, so I don't. I recognize the ambassador species, but I don't.
Yeah,
know.
I think Scott found something.
Where'd you
No,
find it?
I'm remembering now who it is that did it. Shit, because I read it. Yeah, the whole planet as far as who. Ooh. All right, I got to think about it for a sec. Sorry.
All right, well, I'll just keep talking while you do some research there. So, one thing that I really enjoyed was the sort of like, it was very similar to Mayan runes or Aztec runes, but they had a lot of different eyes, and then those like eyes opened up, and those little balls of death flew out. I loved it.
Yes.
They were great. That was pretty. That was a good action scene. That was really good.
I thought of when those things flew out. I thought of there was one episode in the first season of Next Gen where they were on that like weapons systems, like military industrial planet, and those things were like shooting at them, and one of them went into orbit and attacked the Enterprise. That's what I was thinking of when I was watching it, but I don't think there's a connection there.
It reminded me of a famous horror movie too. They had the balls that flew around and killed people, but I can't remember the name of what it's called now. A famous horror movie too. What is that movie? We all got dead worms in our brain. We can't remember.
Horror movie.
I want to say floating balls of death. Phantasm.
Oh,
Yeah,
here it is.
Phantasm.
Okay, that is a direct ripoff of Phantasm. You can see a picture right there of the ball. The ball looks just like
well, no,
Phantasm.
because it had like little wings on it with little stabby things, because those would actually stab you.
Yeah, the balls
They didn't stab
in
you.
episode 2 had stabby things
Yeah,
on
they
them.
shot at you.
Well,
If you call phasers stabby things.
well, anyway, this is a famous movie, and yeah, that reminded me of Phantasm, but I couldn't remember. And one of the best things about this episode is they talk about Action Saru.
Yes.
They give Saru that nickname.
That was
Action.
so funny.
He was nicknamed
That was
that by
hilarious.
Commander Reno. Reno gave him that nickname. And then there's that. Did you see the scene where he shot the quills at the drones and he took out like nine or a dozen drones with his quills from the back of his head?
That was awesome.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
I just found a reference to the Chameleons as well.
Oh.
So now I feel stupid. But,
Why do you feel stupid?
Because I should have remembered that, but again,
Because you
quite
don't live
as
in your
deep of a
basement.
fan.
You don't live in your basement, and you do things.
Which reference?
the Chameleon reference, the planet they were on, one of their burial grounds. They were a species that Picard encountered. Well, they encountered their dead species in some of their ships that were floating around out there, and they got impacted by some of their old technology.
Yeah, and I'm trying.
didn't get into
Okay. It was called Booby Trap.
The
Yes,
episode
Booby
is
Trap,
called
exactly.
Booby Trap.
The episode was called that. Thank you. The episode was called Booby Trap, and they come in and they find this ship, and there's like I think there's like asteroids and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, there's
And-
asteroids in
and-
it. The asteroids are part of some network booby trap.
Yep, and Picard and Riker and a couple other guys beam over, and Picard starts to have a fucking wet dream because this ship is like 10,000 years old, or he's like, this ship was flying around while we were still living in caves, kind of thing, and they find the like the last log from the captain. Saying, and he talks
Captain's
and he
log.
says that we are fucked or whatever it is.
He doesn't say that.
No, what's the
It pretty much did, because it wasn't. I don't think it was their booby trap. I think it was whatever species they were at war with at the time's booby trap, and they got stuck. In it.
Exactly. And it was, it was the like the last will and testament if you will, from the captain. And so while the captain was all gaga over this ship and blah blah and all that kind of stuff, and then they finally do end up getting out, obviously, because they didn't die. But it's that same species that had that ship. That's the planet that we're on.
Yeah, just a deep dive reference, and most people wouldn't have caught it like me. So
yeah, and I actually, it wasn't like I caught it on my own. I mean, I
Right.
what I want to say, I read about it somewhere.
So this show gets really, really deep into poetry, which I hate, but that's like the clues for this. And they refer to this as, we got some audio here.
Thrilling. That was absolutely thrilling.
When he's all happy before they're dying.
There were ghosts on board that old ship. One of them actually spoke to us. A friendly one, I hope. My own counterpart.
Oh, Casper.
Praising his crew. I hope he is thoughtful when the time comes. Mr. Dayton, advise the Astro 5 Annex.
And then it's like, okay, let's get out of here. And it's like, no, we can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
Captain,
we're
energy
stuck.
loss increasing to 5%. Yellow alert. Aye, sir.
Yellow alert.
What does yellow alert do anyway?
Captain, we are fucked.
Scrap. Reverse course, full impulse power.
I already told you there wasn't any power. What makes you think going back? It makes you think
Take it
going
out,
backwards
man.
is gonna fucking work.
3 speed of warp 1.
And this, he goes, could it be 1,000-year-old booby trap that is going to get us? Right,
Who's at the helm in
right.
that episode? Is that Wes?
Yep.
Yes. He's doing this to punish me right now.
So here's the line.
This shouldn't have been called
Here's the
booby
line.
trap. It should have been called boob.
Here's the line.
Wound of a sex man that killed them. 1,000-year-old booby trap.
And there's the ship. I think they should have called it a 1,000-year-old titty twister.
And they've actually flown into many booby traps. That's like a common Star Trek
That
trope.
happens.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
yeah,
is.
they
It
get
is.
distress beacons that are,
But but it's every episode. It's like when they go and start finding these chunks to that puzzle. Every episode is another callback to another
And there is
episode
a
of Trek.
connection to yeah,
And they're tied
older
up.
series.
But you know what? Well, the one thing is we're still missing. This is the 30-second session. 30-second. What is it? 30-second
30-second Buddy
30-second
Theater?
century?
'Cause I love
century.
that.
Thank you.
30-second century?
Century. I might not want to go upstairs and refill my drink again. 30-second century. They still haven't had any Klingons. We're bringing everybody else into the mix.
Yeah.
They better.
That's a good point.
The last episode better be fucking Worf coming out of stasis in a big old Klingon ship saving the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Put
not
himself
Worf,
into
but it's just
hypersleep.
right. But the last episode better have some fucking Klingons in it.
So
That's all
I'm
I'm saying.
gonna tell you what. I got some stuff here I'm gonna say, and you guys need to listen to me here.
Speak
So,
your piece.
Oh boy.
Speak your piece. I'll turn your mic down.
oh, thank you.
So, Patrick, what have you been up to? Things going well?
We get some poetry.
Things are outstanding. Oh, poetry.
They refer to as Romulan. What? Godzilla? We haven't replaced Godzilla. You couldn't put any Star Trek shit in
It's
there.
the only thing that I found that can stomp you out.
Wow.
Go ahead.
So let's just say a
ahead,
Romulan Revloff is how they refer to this. This poem
Romulan
here.
Revlon.
Romulan, yeah, Romulan
Revlon.
Revlon.
Do they have new lipstick?
Yeah, they got Mary Kay ladies in space. Yeah, so here we have their
Take four
poem.
birds.
No, come on. Like I really didn't see how they figured this out. Hello, wanderer. Many worlds have you traveled. Opening waters. Call
What are you
to
talking?
you.
What are you talking
Thoughts
about?
are shared. This is the poem. This is the clue for
yeah.
their puzzle piece. And then what they do is this
From
is
which
this
episode?
This is episode 2. We're still on episode 2. They're on this planet, and I write down, these are my own personal notes. They grab a stone Lego out of the ruins, and it looks like they then 3D print it real fast in the future. And so then they get on there and they show this map. You know, they have this map. They're trying to put these puzzle pieces together. And I write, I see Mr. Peanut dancing in the 3D printed map that was extrapolated from the stone Lego. That is how weird it got.
Well, in your head, baby, I have no idea what you were fucking talking
Their
about.
map
was in there?
Their map looks like a dancing Mr. Peanut. It looks like Mr. Peanut is like dancing with his little like baton in the air and his foot up. Their map that they're using, that Burnham's like,
Oh yeah, I remember the map.
And I'm like, the
gonna have to
very
watch that
first
again,
thing,
look for the
the
peanut.
very first thing I saw was Mr. Peanut dancing. Yeah. Yeah, and now they're going to get 5 of these stone Legos, and they're going to have their progenitors' technology.
You always give me shit about, marijuana and everything. I am really trying to figure out what the.
This might have been stronger.
What the fuck you have been smoking,
So you need
lady.
to type in Mike, or type in the puzzle map on Discovery Season 5.
Okay,
or
so you
something
say
like that.
puzzle. Oh, this stupid fucking thing.
What did it call
puzzle,
it there,
puzzle
Patrick?
map.
It's their map.
I don't know the map, but
I don't know what map
the
you're
poem
talking
was
about.
the Romulan Revlav, and yeah, I know the text to it, but yeah, I don't know what they call the map.
Well, now their second
But I'm
poem,
looking for it.
their second poem made some sense in regards to how they got to the Trill planet. They say a world like no other, where 2 souls entwined, joined as one. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense for the riddle. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
When you said the Lego, are you talking about the base that's for the pieces?
They're little pieces that they find after they get their clues and they find their pieces.
So
I'm
they
referring
only
to.
Right.
Okay, so they got the first one on that planet in that episode. It was buried beneath that stone stuff they pulled out.
Yeah, I'm calling it a stone Lego. Looks
Okay.
like a Lego.
It looks nothing like a Lego.
looks like
but
a Lego.
It looks nothing. You obviously
I've built a
never
lot
had
of Legos.
Legos.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, you've never
Yeah,
had fucking
it totally
Legos.
looks like a Lego. And the map looks like Mr. Peanut dancing.
And I don't know anything about the map, which is why the fact that you have no fucking clue what a Lego looks like
you've been
really
watching the
kind
show.
of.
Why don't you know what the map looks like?
I don't remember even seeing a fucking map.
Yeah, I mean, Burnham pulls it up every once in a while, and then they put a puzzle piece in it.
Map.
It does get more detailed whenever they find a new map.
It's a
I don't
treasure
want
map.
this on the.
Puzzle
I don't
piece.
want this on the. I mean, I need to turn this down because this is just. This is.
Thanks
Yeah,
again for drowning out my voice.
It's the least I can do to be kind to Patrick for joining us.
Yeah, the whole peanut thing is thrown in. That's
Girl that I can see, deuterium? No spectral traces.
So this is where they were trying to figure out like the power because they were getting shot at.
Oh yeah.
Oh, type in Michael Burnham treasure map and see what comes up.
Oh, that's not going to fucking give us anything.
Ooh, there's the phantasm eyes.
Oh, they look nothing like them. So anyway, that's
Oh,
fine.
you know what it does look like? It looks like that
Looks like my last poop.
what was that peanut hopper from
Peanut hamper.
Peanut Hamper? It looks like Peanut Hamper.
It's hamper, yeah.
They do kind of look like peanut hamper. Okay, but I am.
That's another reference.
Yeah, Peanut Hamper from. There it is. There's dancing Mr. Peanut. See?
Okay,
See?
hang on.
I can see it. I can see
Oh,
it.
you were excited.
God,
there
I
it
couldn't.
is. It's just Mr. Peanut dancing.
I don't know where you get the Mr. Peanut. Okay, so that's the circular thing that
That's
holds
the
it all.
3D printed image map they made in like 20 seconds.
That's not a map. It's a fucking physical piece of something. It's the holder for all these pieces.
Puzzle thing is
That's not a map.
Yeah, the map gets projected.
You've obviously never fucking used a map or seen a Lego.
You know, you're right on both counts.
when you thought that this
There it is.
large,
It's coming up. We're
large
pulling it up.
black 6-inch long thing was a Lego,
There's Mr. Peanut dancing.
I was like, I got news for you. That's something else.
See, here's his little cane, and there's his top hat, and there's his legs. It's Mr. Peanut.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You're talking
Well,
about
okay.
You are talking about the outline of
Yeah.
the sections of the base that hold all the pieces. That's your Mr. Peanut dancing.
Yep. That's the map.
So
Why do I give you the time
I
of
was
day?
thinking you were looking. I was thinking you made a new constellation in the holographic map. that they
That's
were
what I
trying
was
to
thinking
pinpoint
too.
these
That there was
places.
like something up in the thing.
Like
No.
she just looked at the sky basically and said, "There's Mr. Peanut up there."
Yeah,
No.
the holder, the basically,
All right,
you know,
so-
Okay, yeah.
So I will acknowledge perhaps map wasn't the correct word for Mr. Peanut dancing. Well, maybe the holster for the stone Legos. How about that? Is that better?
I would kind of like you to
Holster
acknowledge
for
your
stone
whole
Lego?
fucking view of this entire episode is out to lunch.
I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to holster for stone Lego. Okay.
What happened in episode 3 again? 'Cause,
I don't know, but we need to get there. So, wow, that
Oh,
was
we got a couple. Well, we got
That
one
was
more.
a-
We got something more
Do I
really.
need-
No, we got.
Can I close this?
You can
Are
close
we
that.
done with-
We do have something really super
Holy
important though from this
smokes.
episode to talk about though.
I bet
We
we
got to
don't.
talk about Booker. Booker realizes that
yeah.
Maul
Maul.
is actually this woman named Malene from his home planet.
No.
He recognizes her from a birthmark. It's the daughter of
She's
another.
not from his home
It's not
planet.
from her home
she's
planet.
not from his
No.
home planet.
No.
She was another, what the hell do they call themselves? Runners or whatever.
Yeah, traders, whatever
Yeah,
the guys
yeah.
are. Like what he and Michael
She-
were doing for the year that she was there.
Couriers, doesn't he call them
Couriers,
couriers?
yeah,
there you go,
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
Good job,
Okay, so
Nancy.
well, yeah, I had to make up
Go
for some other
on.
stuff. So anyway, he recognized her. Her name is Malene, and she was
Because
like,
she is the daughter of the guy that was his friend,
Actual
where
Cleveland
he
Booker,
got his name,
Right,
Cleveland
right.
Booker.
Yep.
yeah. And then one of the final, I thought this was funny, and Saru is leaving his apartment. He's like, "Don't touch the swamp kelp while it is in bloom."
And and he said the same thing to her when she was getting ready to shiv him in like fucking season 2.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember when he thought
Yeah.
he was going to go through the change
Yep.
and his menopause
Yep,
was
I
kicking
remember
in?
that.
Yep.
He said the same
remember
thing.
that too.
Said the same thing to her about all the plants and everything. Don't touch the swamp.
Yep. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it'll get you.
We can segue now to episode 3, which is called Janal. Janal. And they go more into Malene. Lost her mother at 14. She did 2 stints in an emerald chain lockup. And then they just kind of segue into going to the Trill homeworld to find this 800-year-old Janal Bix.
An ancient trill, yeah.
Ancient Trill.
And of course everybody's like going, oh, it's gonna be Dax. It's gonna be Dax.
They were?
In the ramp up
Well,
to the
I mean, I think-
episode when they showed, they were going.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking.
I think a
oh
lot
my
of
God,
people,
it's going to be a Dax.
An ancient trill, yeah, that it would be a Dax. The Dax symbiote,
Well, that would have been kind of nice.
but a little on the
They-
nose. A little on the nose.
Yeah.
Plus, the
Yeah, it
Dax,
would have been
in DS9, the Dax symbiote was already, like 200 years old or
200,
something like
300
that.
years old.
Because it
And
had 7
back then
lifetimes.
they'd already said roughly how long a symbiote can live back in Deep Space Nine. So the symbiote.
What was that? Do you remember? I don't remember.
It was 800-900 years tops.
Okay, so it would have
so
he would have been
if-
petered out.
If that was already 200 or 300 years old, and here we are 900 years in the future. Yeah.
Let's see if I do the new math and carry the 12. Multiply by the
And then
9
Then, yeah.
and add the J. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I like the line, "How many Ractachinos have you had?" That was pretty funny. What's a Ractachino?
I loved when I was going to say Colbert, but when Colbert, after the little transfer is done, he's like, "Oh, this guy works out."
Yes.
Have you ever
That
looked
was
at his
great.
Instagram feed?
Wow,
Yeah, I
this guy
never have.
really
I never
works
have.
out. They said, that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love Wilson Cruz, but the dude is known to show his pecs.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I've seen him skimpier, clothed, but yeah,
This guy works out.
Yeah.
And there was more when they were out there running around, and he was like so impressed with his physical conditioning.
Yeah, he was having.
Yeah.
That whole thing was. At first, it kind of seemed like it was really being kind of strung out, or drawn out rather. But yeah, then you get the reasoning why at the end. If they were willing to not murderize, the native. I was going to say flora, but it'd be the animal life. Then they would be worthy. I'm not worthy, but.
Yeah.
But it was rather
Each of the
colorful.
Each of the scientists seem to put in their own rationale and reasons for hiding it in their clues and in the struggle to find them.
The only real reason to hide it is not a good thing. And I mean, it doesn't matter. Right. I mean, whoever's hands it falls in, it's not going to be used for anything other than evil. I mean, even good people can turn evil later. You know, someone kills their dad and they go dark. That's just how shit goes down. I mean,
well, I mean, I think
turning evil.
I mean, I've
got ideas to talk about later when it comes to good things turning.
I mean, even after having watched Civil War, I think what you're kind of alluding to. You haven't seen it yet? Oh,
no,
I just started.
Really have
what?
I don't really have a willing participant at the household to go see a movie like that. So it's if it rains down here like it did today, and I'm swamped out, I might go see it.
Oh my goodness! If I didn't have a willing participant to go with me, I wouldn't go to any movies at all because no one wants to go to my movies.
But you always go to movies by yourself.
I go to movies by myself.
Yeah.
In fact, I went to Abigail recently. It was amazing. It was a really good movie.
But here's the deal with. Now I'm totally fucking sidetracked.
Rakticino.
Who cares about the willing sidekick to go to the movie or not? I mean, you got an opportunity to go. But 100%. What made us think about Civil War? How did we get on that topic?
I have no idea.
You brought it up. We were talking about good things turning bad.
We're talking about this tech.
But who?
They don't want this tech to be found and misused.
Yeah, but then I had that. So I had the thought on that one because that's what you were talking about. My point was just going to be anything. Anything we develop, can be twisted and turned for something bad. Yeah.
Right.
But that didn't.
We've done a very good job of that.
But that wasn't what brought Civil War in. But anyway, I thought Patrick mumbled something about Civil War, and then I was like, oh yeah, you did. You mumbled something about Civil War, and then I was going to say, oh, I just got done listening to the rough cut of our podcast for Civil War.
That's why you just wanted to put in a gratuitous plug for Civil War.
No, that's not it. It was just that literally today, 2 days ago, I just got done listening to the rough cut. So that one will be going up pretty soon.
Good deal. Yeah. So
you've got to go to that one. You got to go to that movie, keeping in mind what it is. That it is number one, it's not a documentary. And number two, it's not designed to be a political left-right kind of thing because you don't know what kickstarted everything, and that's the beauty of it.
Everybody wants to know that, but it's not about that. It's about covering the horrors of war.
And there are all kinds of big gaps and holes as far as like how the military operates and things they would do wrong and things they might do right and all that kind of shit. But it's just the.
Yeah, as a military guy, you're going to be horrified, Patrick.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I mean, it was for me. It was like, oh God, that would it would never be fucking be done that way. This, and this would be done if it were an actual still military combat unit. But we don't know. Is it a military combat unit that's there, or are they
watching the trailers? Not all of those are combat units,
right?
Military. Just watching
because you've got your guys that are out there, just running bounties, and you've got your ones that look to be military combat units, but it might be a fraction or a part of one that's left because if there's not a country, then they might not have a full-fledged military structure. You know what I mean? So there's you have to actually take it from the perspective, watch it from the perspective, and give it a little bit of a thought. Which a lot of people don't do, but if you do that and you go in, as you and I, Nancy, both said during the talk, was with an open mind.
Yeah, we did.
You should enjoy the shit out of it.
But
okay,
I got
4.
a great segue back to progenitors. I want to bring this up because this is actually pretty important.
I'm going to have to recharge everything.
Okay, it says 6 scientists 800 years ago. They said a comment in this episode that the Dominion War was raging, and so they were protecting the tech became the focus of these objects.
And that'd be about right. I mean, they would be dancing around doing this because this probably took place 10 or 15 years after the Chase episode, which would maybe be around be around the Dominion War.
Right. So we're gonna hide all this stuff. I mean, so the Dominion doesn't get it. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even in Deep Space Nine, there was many episodes where they were seriously considering the Federation would lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
they were making plans.
Well, I mean, if you go back and watch DS9, and I know Nancy, you said this is one of the series that you actually did watch.
I did. Yeah.
How many times did they abandon that station only to come back to take it over again?
Right.
I mean, I can think of at least 3 to 4 off the top of my head.
Twice.
That minimum twice, you were right. But
Well, minimum twice in like wartime, and there was a couple others where they had to take off too.
And then if you also count the one where when it was the episode Homecoming, when Kira went into what was it? What was it? Cardassia 5. Don't look at me like that, Nancy. Went Cardassia 5 and rescued fucking what's his name? Al Jallis or whatever his name was.
Al Jazeera.
No. And because
Just kidding.
because
I'm
they got
making shit
because
up.
the earring had been smuggled back and he supposedly had been a big leader. And when he got back, then that was the beginning of the rise before the episodes of The Circle, where it was where Kai Wynn was starting her little thing and all that jazz.
She was another devious villain. One of them. Deep Space Nine had some good bad guys that weren't always bad guys.
So that was the beginning. So that series of about 3 episodes, they pretended like they abandoned station. Everybody else left, but then Cisco and then a little raiding party stayed behind, and they were crawling around in the Jeffries tubes, like doing a little guerrilla warfare shit.
Yep.
Because what's his name was the guy that used to be in Wings was the guy that was a general that came on, or a colonel that was fucking everything up. Yep.
Jeez.
How's that for a callback?
Yeah, that's a callback.
Would you like to see what my hand looks like after going that far up my ass to pull that one up?
Yeah. So I think there's so much going on in this episode. There's little notes that you're gonna blink and miss them. Like the Trill walks by this dead gazelle or something. And he's like, the tech could reanimate dead things. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, that's one of the words.
And I was like, whoa, okay. So we bringing back Booker's Planet someday. I thought that was interesting.
And is that maybe why Booker is so interested?
Possibly.
I'm sure the thought crossed his mind.
Book.
Yeah. Well, then, of course, here's some more crazy words that came out of how I wrote things down, and you should love this. You should love this, Scott. Mothra lands right in front of the clue on the rock. Mothra comes in for a landing.
Yes.
And it's like a digital Mothra, like it's got a cloaking device or something. And then I wrote, they figure out that they can't kill these Mothra things, because if they kill them, that's the trick, that's the test. So then Janal gives them the stone Lego because they bonded with the moths and didn't try to kill them. That's what I wrote down. And that's how my head works. And then Janal says, Shantara has ended, and Janal has left you. Okay, we're listening to Mothra now.
It's Mothra's theme. Okay, we're done.
So totally. Am I not even joking? Look at that picture of Mothra and compare it to what they put in Discovery.
The way you did it was awesome.
I'm spot on. I'm like, really?
You are like a dirty diaper. You got spots all over the page. You are spot on.
And
you mentioned Hallmark earlier. We start veering to Hallmark in those scenes because it's out of love that those Mothras are trying to kill.
Yep, it's Hallmark Mothra. It's Hallmark Mothra. Yeah, and there's all kinds of love in this episode.
Back in HQ, Saru's getting on his Hallmark moments.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Saru and the Vulcan woman, they're talking about, that was boring. That was really boring. Vulcan purists concerned about Saru's relationship with the president. And I kind of agree with that. I mean, that's isn't it kind of like work, kind of crossing a line at work to be like an ambassador and a president get married?
I think it's who he was marrying.
That's the purism they're worried about.
It's who he's marrying.
Oh, that's what they're worried about.
Diluting the cultural heritage of a race that's still,
yeah,
we got to deal with the JJ verse too in the fallout.
Sure.
And let's do a deep dive back to season 1 of Discovery, shall we? When there were the Vulcan purists that Spock's dad was having to put up with. Remember, he ended up with one on his shuttle that tried to kill him.
Yeah.
And it was those Vulcan purists. It was all about diluting the bloodline,
right? Which is it's a common Star Trek theme.
Yeah, and it's especially one with Vulcans really fucking have some inferiority complex going on. As weird as they are, but
yeah.
So President Tarina was like, I don't give a shit. We're getting hitched.
Yeah.
But we also so there's a lot of little relationship stuff in this. We get from Linus, the Slee Stack. we get Saurians reproduce asexually, so they drop asexual in there. And then we've got Adira and Gray, their relationship comes back to play. And I tell you what, I really, that was boring. I just was like, God, you people are so boring. I'm just like, that was boring. And then, of course, we got a little bit of flirtatiousness between Booker and
done like
Michael.
5 clutches. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Linus has done but he's
done
very
a lot of
proud.
clutches.
He's very proud of his asexual clutches. Yeah, well, that was pretty funny.
Kind of weird.
I am a closet Linus fan. If there's more Star Trek in the future,
no,
we
he's
need
cool.
like Linus, a lot of Linus.
They've made.
Why are you fucking with this woman?
It was coming out. They made. It didn't sound good.
She's touching
my
the
microphone is coming
technology. She's
out.
touching
I
the
was touching
technology.
And see, he yells at me when I don't tell him that the light goes off.
But you don't have to touch anything to tell me.
He yells at me because I don't know how to turn my volume up.
You don't have to touch anything to tell me.
I try to adjust my microphone.
No, you were touching the cord.
Okay, whatever. Okay,
Here,
whatever.
How's that? Is that loud?
That's loud. That's loud. Ah, God. Oh, and you noted we have a Ferengi bartender.
Oh, I'm
too.
sorry. That was 10.
That is super.
Yes.
Okay, we've blasted.
When do we see Morn or a Morn species person?
I
Is that
think
when we see
we
the
have-
Ferengi bartender?
This one here.
Who are you talking about?
I think we saw a Morn
Morn,
already,
Deep
didn't we?
Space Nine. There was a Morn in this season, at the bar with the Ferengi bartender on Discovery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Morn, and yeah.
And let me tell. I got a 30-second story about the
Okay.
Ferengi bartender.
Yeah. All right.
Because I listened to the other podcast that actually the guys that did Star Trek are on. the what the hell's it called?
You mean a professional podcast?
A professional podcast, yeah, where they get money and
Don't belittle your
sponsors
word.
and all that kind of stuff like that. Yeah, no, the Shuttle Pod. So it's got what's his name? It was Tom Paris, and then the other guy that was never going to get promoted. What the fuck was his name?
Kim.
I forgot. Yeah, Harry Kim.
Ensign Kim?
Garrett Wong. Yep. So so they did their show. They did Voyager, but now they've started back and they're doing DS9, and so they have Terry Farrell who plays Dax, and then also Armin Shimmerman who was Quark. And then one of them joins them for each episode. There's always 3 of them talking, and so so they talk about the episodes. And one of the things that Armin Shimmer always talked about that drove him nuts was when it was any kind of a bar scene. If he was ever supposed to pour something like a beverage, he couldn't see it.
Oh, yeah.
Because the prosthetics,
Sure.
the prosthetics, he could not see anything that he was fucking pouring and doing with his hands. And so they literally, you're talking about it. With that episode where it if you go back and if you look at that episode again, it literally starts where the bottle from the Ferengi bartender, the bottle's already down by the glass. When that shot starts pouring, because that's where they started it. They yelled action with the bottle down there by the glass already because he could not see the fucking glass either.
That's good. That's interesting.
So I thought that was kind of cool. That's why I like to listen to those podcasts, because you get the real deal, from the actors that were there. Yeah, you get the cool shit, It's not like a podcast like this fucking thing where it's a bunch of nobodies talking about some shit that we saw on TV, because what else we're going to do while we're doing our laundry at our parents' house. This is a podcast for the people that were actually there. That's what's cool.
But they don't have a cool theme song.
Yeah, they don't got an. I bet they don't got an AI theme song.
And what? They fuck up and they make mistakes all the time. They talk about stuff and they go, "Oh yeah, well that was because something." I'm like, "Fuck no, that doesn't happen on your series. That doesn't happen until the next fucking episode."
There are some people that are listening to them and don't realize they're actors, that they think they're the actual characters talking to them.
Oh yeah, but that's one of your classes.
Okay,
so.
Well,
but I get a kick how they will sit there and think, well, isn't it such and such? And I'm like, oh my God, you were on this show and you didn't even realize that, XYZ is something that took place as part of the the baseline or whatever of the story of your show. Or they can't,
lines.
They're like, well, I'm pretty sure the runabouts were the same. They were kind of like the Galaxy class, but they got better gas mileage, so they started using the runabouts instead of
Well,
I'm trying to find something weird.
Let me just say this.
Runabouts.
Well,
Jesus.
we're gonna wind down this episode and this particular podcast. We need to wind it down now.
We better fucking wind something down
Yeah.
because we're on episode. Did we do episode 3, Janal?
No, we're that's gonna be we are
we
just
are
wrapped
in
this
the
up.
midst of
We're in the
Janal.
midst of Janal.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Yeah, we've been talking about
Yes.
Janal for 2 hours. Did you not realize
Okay.
Well,
I
it's kind of like that ceremony. You just go back and relive your past lives.
I could have sworn we just went through the wormhole to the future.
Yeah. Oh, brother. Yeah.
I might have to talk about the eclipse for another 30 seconds when I'm talking about Northern Lights.
Okay, that's fine. We'll let you do
it's
that.
cool. Well,
So-
the Northern Lights are supposed to hit us again here tonight, actually.
Right. Well, that'd be great.
Pretty strong, actually. Wait a minute. Okay, let's not get a track.
So,
Wait a minute. Episode 3. Let's stay on
we
episode 3.
we are going to start our goodbyes because it usually takes to 4 to 9 goodbyes before we
Wait,
actually shut it down.
But are we done with episode 3?
We are done with this episode of this podcast, and we're done with summarizing episode 3. What did you want to talk about in episode 3?
There's something, Book the next clue leads them into the wilderness where they're attacked by the large. Oh, okay, yeah.
You see,
this
he
is the
won't
one.
accept my notes, but
Oh yeah, but then the one thing we didn't talk about is how she's got like super spider stuck on her when she leaves.
that's the next episode. Oh, wait,
Nah,
it is.
it's
Okay.
this episode.
Yeah.
It's this
Okay.
episode.
All right. We do. Okay. So yes, at the end.
They have a spider stuck on their jacket.
Yeah,
when
and
they
it's
leave.
a cool spider too. It's like all.
yeah.
It's like a mech spider.
It's a timey-wimey spider.
Yeah, it's a time bug. We find out.
That's a very fucking stupid and awesome name at the same time.
Well, so
time bug.
Maul. What's interesting is that this guy that runs Trill, which I think I have his name, Guardian Z.
He is so awesome. I
So-
love Garden
So
Z.
Burnham says,
I can see.
"Hey, do you think you need some security?" He's like, "No, we got it." And then Maul is just walking around in like,
Yeah.
she doesn't even have a
Right.
mask on.
Right.
She's like just walking around in
Right.
a hood on Trill, and nobody seems to notice. And like you'd think some of those those things that live in people might be like, hey, something's wrong over there. Because don't you think they have like super senses or something? But she just walks around and she brushes up against Adira, and off comes this thing. And it doesn't look like a spider though until they get on the ship. It looks
Right.
like a little raindrop that lands on her and kind of materialized. Because when they segue into the next episode, I'm like, oh fuck, it's a spider.
Yeah, we didn't know that until it looked like
I
a
was
drip
like,
or a blip
this
that
is
sucked in.
gross.
And you're like, oh my god, I just got done fucking tearing apart American Horror Story Delicate. We got more goddamn spiders.
Yeah, that more spiders. I was like, oh, I'm tired of spiders. But then, then it got to be kind of cool. Actually, that was probably the coolest spider I've ever seen. It was like a nanotech type spider, and it would disappear every once in a while. But yeah, spider.
Merged into the ship.
Yeah, Spider covers episode 3 and episode 4, and you're right. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, but it just sneaks in at the
Right.
at the end there. So
And I'm going to just say Trill probably has the worst security team ever, and Michael Burnham was right to tell him they could get like, hey, maybe we should leave some people here, and he's like, no.
yeah, Guardian Z boy. I mean, he thought shit was tight.
And is it just me, or is Gray like just out? Like he just doesn't even seem to care about Adira anymore.
That's
In fact,
Well, he's like an initiate, right? He's trying to like get his own symbiont someday, right?
yeah. Well, I wrote down verbatim their conversation, and here
he wants
this
to
is how it
be
goes.
he wants to be a sludge stirrer or whatever they do.
We used to be connected, and now we are not. Maybe we should see each other more often. And Gray is like, nope. He's like, nope. And
We're kind of done.
he says so many kinds of relationships out there. And then so Adira's like, so are we breaking up? Yeah, I guess so. That's how their conversation went. And I'm like,
they were just.
Sometimes you just got to do that. You just got to cut it off.
You know what? That's a better conversation than many conversations that I had that finally led to breaking up.
Yeah, it was just really
and a lot more polite, I might add.
That's what what I'm saying. Like this particular episode,
I mean, you think I swear now? You just see me when I break up in a relationship.
Could have been on the Hallmark. This is like the science fiction version of the Hallmark Channel. Like I imagine there was a lot of viewers going out there going, "What the hell is happening? What's going on?" They're breaking up. There's people in love. I don't know. I can't imagine that the regular Star Trek viewer enjoys all this lovey-dovey stuff.
I don't know.
I mean, Patrick, weigh in on that. Do you think the regular average Star Trek viewer is enjoying this?
The lovey stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, they've made a point to dive into family and love as a family on both this show. Well, all of the newer Treks.
The family. That's a good point.
A lot of type of family love and relationships in terms of good friends. They poked fun at it a bit on Picard with like Worf and Troy's.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, relationships have been, I think, core at least new Trek. And it's not like they haven't explored on the older Treks from when we got involved with Deep Space Nine and Next Gen. It wasn't quite, I don't know, it wasn't as central to the storyline most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But they all have relationships.
Yeah, you're
Sisko
right.
Had his cargo ship captain, whose name escapes me because I can't think of everybody's name when I'm doing this podcast.
Who?
Sisko with his. When he fell in love with Penny Gerald Johnson from Orville.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I thought of her name. I can't think of her show name.
Cassidy Yates.
Yeah, Cassidy.
Yeah,
yes.
Cassidy Yates.
And you want to see my other hand? I stuck that way up there to get that name out too.
Speaking of Worf,
I got chocolate.
Worf,
I got chocolate for everybody.
With Jadzia.
Yeah, that was the relationship that my wife hated the most.
Really? That was my favorite.
Jadzia and Worf.
That was my favorite.
See, that one wasn't nearly as bad as the fleeting little Jadzia, Worf and Troy that they did, for 2
that
episodes.
Thing bothered me.
Ugh, yeah. I mean, that made me feel dirty.
Well, how about Data and Tasha Yar?
Hey, that was an experiment.
Okay.
That was an experiment.
I recant that bugged. Everything about Tasha Yar bugged my family. So.
Yeah.
Everybody experiments.
It's not the first time they've played around with love and relationships in Star Trek. It's just that it's 2024, so I think things are done a little different.
God, I wish I had a robot.
Oh boy! Oh gosh! Well, okay.
Oh, fuck.
Now let's.
I think it's
time. I think it's time for our nice AI theme music. So once again, everyone, thank you for listening. This is Nancy.
No, but I'm looking at the Aurora
who else
stuff
do we have?
going on.
No, we're on Ninth Goodbye. So we gotta stop. We're gonna talk about the Auroras in the next podcast.
Oh, is that like second?
Yes.
Is that like second?
Hot banana.
Is that like second breakfast?
Banana.
Is that like second breakfast?
Yes. Hot banana.
What about second breakfast? 11sies.
Well, right. Well, thank you, everyone. We appreciate you listening to Trophies Are for Winners. I'm Nancy.
Scott.
And I'm Patrick.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Hear you next time. Something. Hot banana. Hot banana. Can stop the theme music.
Say, and why your sacred cow?